I'm really worried about Brighton. They've just gone and lost to Sheffield, 1-0. They've won 2 out of the last 11 games, which is shocking. Right now, they're 17th in the league table with 33 points. They've won just 3 home games all season. They've scored just 33 goals. To be fair, their defensive record isn't bad. They've conceded just 39 goals, but it's not enough. To give you some context, the average team has won at least 6 home games so far this season. They've scored at least 44 goals, and they've conceded 44, which is slightly worse than Brighton. And they've picked up at least 45 points. Now, there are a number of teams that haven't picked up, 45 points, but when you've got teams like Norwich and Watford coming up from the Championship, this season, and they'll be in the Premier League next season, Brighton really have to improve because I really do believe that Norwich and Watford are going to play well next season. So Brighton needs to play well next season too, and that means they've got to bring in some new players. I think this is Brighton's 4th season in a row in the Premier League, and I would expect them to at least be finishing in the top 10 every season now because, they've got experience and they really should know how to play at this level. I was looking at Brighton's attack and I think they need to really, improve on it because it's been a massive issue this season. You got players like Neil Maupay, who I'm a huge fan of. He scored 8 goals this season. I think he's had another decent season, but he can't do it all by himself. He needs some help. You got players like Danny Welbeck, who have scored about 4 goals this season, and I think Danny Welbeck isn't a good player. I think that he's okay, but he's not good enough for Premier League level. You've also got Leandro Trossard, who I don't think is good enough. I think he's been in the league enough to, to be able to show how good he is, and I don't think that he's good enough for this level. You've also got Adam Lallana, who I think he's finished, and you got Pascal Gross, who only really had one good season. I think he did get injured in his second season, but I think right now he's finished. You got Lewis Dunk, who I think is a good player. I think, you wouldn't get rid of him, keep him. I think Brighton needs to bring in at least 4 to 5 players in the new transfer window. In the summer transfer window. They really need to get some quality players in because a lot of these players just aren't working. I think that they're going to have to spend upwards of 100 million in the transfer window because they really need to change this team around so that they can start doing a lot better, because if they don't, I really could see Brighton going down next season because, as I said, you've got quality teams coming up from the Championship and they could really do some damage next season. I think Brighton, they need to bring in some goals. So, another striker, maybe 2 to 3 more midfielders. I think their defense is okay. Don't worry about the defense too much. Maybe bring in a backup just in case one of your main guys gets injured. But, 2 to 3 midfielders and at least 1 striker. And you're spending upwards of 100 million. If they don't do this, I think they're going down next season. And that's about it.